Hello friends. In this lecture, we'll learn how to make footprint with dynamic paint in Blender. Let's get started the lecture. Firstly, we need an animated character walking. We have learned how to import rigged and animated character into Blender from Mixamo. If you want, you can watch this lecture before starting. I have just imported this walking character from Mixamo. For viewport shading, go to Viewport Shading, click on the Matcap tab, and select the color type as texture. As you can see, it is only one walk cycle. We can make infinite cyclic this animation. To do that, let's select the armature. Switch the timeline editor to graph editor. We can see the curves of the walk animation here. Hit the N key and open the right panel. Click on the Modifiers tab and select the Cycle modifier. As you can see, the Cycle modifier has applied to the only red curve. Because it is active selection, we need to apply the Cycle modifier for all curves. To do this, click on the Copy modifier button, then click on the Paste button. Let's play the animation again. As you can see, we have made infinite cyclic. But the character comes back to its origin point again. To fix this problem, switch the After mode to repeat motion with offset. Now, copy the new modifier, and paste it again. Don't forget to enable Replace Existing option. Let's play the animation again. There we go. We can hide the armature in the viewport. Switch to Timeline Editor again. Set the final frame of the animation to 100. Now, let's add a plane for the ground. Scale up the plane on the Y-axis little bit. Press Ctrl A and apply Scale Transform. Press G key and move the plane on the Y-axis little bit. It is time to add dynamic paint physics for the plane. Before adding, we need extra geometry for the plane, because it will deform with character's feet. Press Tab key and go to Edit mode. Hit the numpad 7 and go to Top View. Press Ctrl R and add loop cuts so that looks square evenly. Hit the A key and select all vertices. Right click and subdivide the plane enough. If your character mesh's feet are detailed, you can add much more vertices. Press Tab key and go back to Object mode. Click on the Physics Properties tab, and add Dynamic Paint for the plane. Type will be Canvas. Click on the Add Canvas button. For smoother motion, let's set the sub-steps to 6. Enable the anti-aliasing option. Switch the surface type to the Displace. Now, let's add dynamic paint for the character. Firstly, let's make one mesh the character. Select the all parts of the character and press Ctrl J. Go to Physics tab, and add dynamic paint. This time type will be brush. Click on the Add Brush button. Let's play the animation. As you can see, the footprint's not deep. Let's unhide the armature again. Select the armature and move down it on the Z-axis little bit. Play the animation again. It looks better now. Let's select the plane, and increase displace factor to 3. There we go. We have deeper footprints now. Right-click and make shade smooth. But the footprint still doesn't look smooth. Let's go to Modifier menu, and add Subdivision Surface Modifier. Set the subdivision level 2 for viewport and render. It looks cool now. It is time to add snow texture for the plane. Firstly, let's disable Dynamic Paint and Subdivision Surface modifiers in the viewport for now. So, your computer will be able to run smoothly. I will use Eevee Render Engine. Click on the Render Properties tab and switch to Eevee. You can use cycles, and get more realistic result. Let's switch to Render Preview mode. I want to use HDRI image for scene lighting. You can watch my video about how to use HDRI images in Blender. Click on the World Properties menu. Click on the Color node, and select Environment Texture. Click on the Open button, and select the HDRI image. I will share download link in the description. Let's make transparent background. Click on the Render Properties tab, scroll down to Film section, and enable the transparent option. As you have noticed, the character shading very reflective. To fix this problem, click on the Shading workspace. Select the character, unplug the Roughness node, and increase roughness value a little bit. Switch to Render Preview mode. Let's add snow PBR textures for the ground. I will share the textures download link in the description. Let's select the plane. Click on the New button and add a new material. Press Shift A and the Image Texture node. Click Open button and choose Snow Color Texture. Plug the Color node to Base Color node. Press Ctrl T and add Texture Mapping and Coordinate nodes. If you cannot this, be sure that the Node Wrangler add-on is enabled. Go to Edit mode and unwrap UV for the plane. I will add other textures quickly. You can also watch the video about how to use PBR textures in Blender. In order to add displacement map in Eevee, we need to add displace modifier to the plane. Go to Modifier menu and add Displace modifier. Drag the Displace modifier to top of the modifier stack. Click on the New button and add a new texture. Click on the Texture Properties tab and open the displacement map. There we go. But we need to decrease strength of the displacement. Click on the Modifier tab, and set the strength value to 0.3. Set the displacement coordinates to UV. Set the mid-level to 0.7. Let's enable Dynamic Paint and Subdivision Surface modifiers in the viewport again. Go back to Physics tab and bake the simulation. If your bake section is not active, please save your Blender file before baking. Baking process has done. It looks cool. It is almost ready for rendering. But I will add a background image, and fence. Also I will add a sunlight source in the scene. Because Eevee doesn't cast shadows with HDRI images. I will do these quickly. Then, I will get animation render. So, please follow me carefully. Thanks for watching. See you in the next tutorial.